Hey guys, I'm Ready Gamer Runaway, and today just doing this real quick. The CPU's gonna play a Pro Bowl, so yes, I kind of got the idea from Neon Vlog Gaming more. If you're seeing this, I know I'm sorry, I kind of stole your idea, but yeah, I'm just except he didn't do the Pro Bowl, so yeah, we're gonna be doing a CPU Pro Bowl. I'm not gonna be on commentary. I'm actually gonna be filming Countdown to Christmas RHD shorts, and so yeah, guys, I'm just gonna go through a couple things, and yeah, I will be. Hold on, wait. So, we're gonna go 8-minute quarters, and, yeah, I will be back in a bit, guys. So, yeah, see you guys.
Hello, everyone. It's the coach. Welcome to EA Sports coverage of the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl from right here in Orlando, Florida. Coming up, the AFC looking to make it 3 in a row as they square off against their rivals from the NFC. I'll be back at halftime, but first, let's get you downtown to Camping World Stadium. Standing by our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Straight ahead, bragging rights on the line in the 46th meeting of the AFC and the NFC in the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl game. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden, and Charles, it's the Pro Bowl. You never really know what to expect, so I guess I'll ask you, what do you expect?
Well, in recent years, it has turned into an absolute offensive explosion, hasn't it? Games in the 50s are not out of line. What you're hoping is that some of these great defenders have a chance to adjust and react and maybe narrow that down a little bit. But I will say, this game is tilted heavily towards the offense's advantage.
Excitement? Well, we got that in abundance as this Pro Bowl is underway from Orlando, Florida. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out comes the NFC for their opening drive. They're led out by their 6-foot quarterback. You may have heard of him. From Purdue, it's Drew Brees.
And when you think of Drew Brees, you think of production, and you think of competitiveness. That guy competes on every snap, whether he's throwing it, moving around in the pocket, calling plays, you name it, he knows how to rally a team.
Ready? You ready? 55. Hey, tight down. There you go.
Now the New York Giants star playing in the Pro Bowl as a rookie, Saquon Barkley. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. Starters for the NFC across the O-line. It's Tyron Smith of Dallas at left tackle, Brandon Brooks of the Eagles at left guard. You got Alex Mack, the center of the Falcons. Another Cowboy, Zach Martin at right guard, and then Teron Armstead of the Saints holding down the right side. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. This is the Rams' Todd Gurley, his 3rd Pro Bowl in 4 seasons. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Ready? 5-9. 55. Hey, eat. Come to my work.
Shotgun now for Brees. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Well, you know, it's hard for some of these guys to get on the same page because they've only been practicing together for a week. But these two, I think they're pretty familiar.
I would say so, right? You go back to OTAs, mini camps, preseason camp. games, the whole deal. They ought to know each other pretty well, and in an all-star game like this, key situations, you find someone like that who you know will be exactly where you think they're supposed to be.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the AFC will take over 1st and 10. The AFC heading out on offense, and leading him is number 15 from the Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, in his first ever Pro Bowl.
Get your tux, get your best suit. Let's head to the red carpet. NFL Honors is coming up, and he will be the heavy favorite to be the NFL MVP. And let's face it, we'll see him here at the Pro Bowl many times to come in future years.
Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Now Mahomes on the bootleg. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Offense.
Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Yellow. 180. 54 Mike. 6-man. Check girls, check girls, check girls. Whip.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Kyle Fuller there defensively. The starting unit for the AFC. Definite Pittsburgh connection on that offensive line. 3 Steelers in Villanueva, Pouncey, and DeCastro. Also in that starting group, Quentin Nelson, the rookie from Indy at left guard, and the Titans' Taylor Lewan selected to his 3rd straight Pro Bowl at right tackle. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he gets it to his KC running mate. That's Tyreek Hill. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. That goes for a gain of 31. For Patrick Mahomes, what a season he had. First as a full-time starter, and he goes over 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns, and rewarded with his first Pro Bowl.
And think about if you're in Kansas City, the organization, the team, the city, how well are you set up for future years with that youngster as your quarterback? Not only are the guys on the team excited about it, think about free agents thinking about where they might want to play. If you're a free agent receiver, you're thinking Kansas City.
They go play action here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. A first-time Pro Bowler. Here's James Conner of the Steelers. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. can't get away, and down he goes. Aaron Donald with a sack.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Tariq Cohen of the Bears back deep for the NFC. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the NFC offense set to take over again. Well, we can continue to talk Pro Bowl as we go along, but let's talk a little Super Bowl. Super Bowl 53, 1 week from today over in Atlanta, New England taking on the Rams. Time for your Super Bowl prediction, CD. What do you think?
Well, everyone thinks defense when they think the New England Patriots, but in the time that they've had their head coach and their quarterback, Tom Brady, guess what? They're the #1 offensive team in the NFL. And you know the Rams are high flyers as well. So that tells me that this Super Bowl, low scoring. It's going to be a total anomaly. I'm thinking somewhere in the neighborhood of 13-10 final score. Going totally opposite what it should be.
Wow, I'm going to completely disagree. I see high scoring, maybe 51-44, something like that. The two punters, Johnny Hecker and Ryan Allen, don't even show up to this one.
Johnny Hecker might throw a touchdown pass because you know the Rams like to fake it when he's on the field.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Breeze. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
I like the play action there on 2nd and short, partner. You try and convince those safeties you're going to run for it. Hit them with that play action. Looks like a run. Then try and go over the top. Didn't work, but I like the play call.
He gets it to Thomas. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down, and he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a 1st down.
Broke the 1 tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Here now Roberts. Broken. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's scooped up by the NFC. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Ready. 95-56. 95-56.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. Credit the tackle to the Texans' middle linebacker, Benardrick McKinney.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through.
Ready.
Didn't happen on that play.
Yellow waiting. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now Breeze. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. On fourth down, here's Aldrich Rosas for the NFC field goal try. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. Rosas' kick is good. And the NFC out to an early 3-0 lead.
Well, no surprise there. Extremely reliable during the regular season. Bailed his team out time and again. Knocks another one through this time in the Pro Bowl.
To the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The AFC offense making their way back out and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Mahomes going to throw. And he finds his Chiefs teammate, Travis Kelce. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. When you think about the history of this Pro Bowl game, there was an all-star game going all the way back to 1939, but it officially became called the Pro Bowl in, I think, 1951.
You're exactly right. And that game was played out in L.A., in the same stadium where the L.A. Rams currently play. And back then they split it into conferences, the American Conference versus the National Conference. The American Conference won 28-27. MVP of the game, quarterback Otto Graham, nickname Automatic. Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Going deep for Hopkins. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here's Brett Kern now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked down inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Ready? Right there, 55. There we go. Check.
And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3. For Drew Brees, this his 12th Pro Bowl nomination, though he hasn't played all 12 years, but still, what a career and what a season. And to do it at this age, unbelievable.
Not too bad for a guy who turned 40 the week leading up to the NFC Championship game. He keeps himself in such superb physical condition and still loves everything that goes along with football. He may play till he's 60.
The numbers for the NFC on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. Now Brees. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And they work this out past the 25. Thielen with his first catch. And it's a 1st down. Well, he was so good throwing the football on 3rd down during the regular season. Why wouldn't it carry over here to the Pro Bowl?
Sometimes that's just who you are, right? If you're good at something during the, as you said, during the regular season, so what if it's with a bunch of guys you're unfamiliar with? It's 3rd down. He finds a way to convert.
Ready, yellow lady. 57.
On 1st and 10, here's Brees. And he will find his Saints teammate Michael Thomas complete.
Ready.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Brees to throw. And complete to Zach Ertz. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Brees now on 1st down. Jones has it. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The end result, 21 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. This thrown quickly out to Jones. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Ready, yellow lady. 55.
Again, it's Brees. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Ready,
great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a 1st down. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
But he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Brees. That's caught, it's Thomas. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Hey, lady. I hope you brought your lessons. I'm about to take you to school. Good night.
Now Breeze. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation, because second down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
They come out with one back and three tight ends. Todd Gurley standing by his lonesome in the backfield here, second and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on third and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
Now the leading rusher in the league, Ezekiel Elliott of the Cowboys, his second Pro Bowl. And he will carry this one in. Touchdown, NFC. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the NFC adds on to their lead. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that one a 13-play drive in total, and it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. The AFC offensive unit getting set to take over. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A second-time Pro Bowler here. This is the Chargers' Melvin Gordon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. You look back a few years ago, Charles, when the Pro Bowl did that 3-year experimentation. I know you're a traditionalist. You like AFC versus NFC.
Yes, I do.
But for the games 2014, 15, and 16, they tried something a little different. They held essentially a fantasy draft for players. Year 1, it was Jerry Rice, Deion Sanders as captains. Year 2, Michael Irvin and Chris Carter. And then in year 3, Michael Irvin again matching up against Jerry Rice.
And one common denominator, every single one of those guys with a gold jacket, all of them in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So they didn't ask you and I to be the captains and make the picks. And by the way, the playmaker, Michael Irvin, went 2-0. And you know I heard all about that. Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Yellow. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Here we go.
Right back to Cotter here on first. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but, boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On second down now, it's Gordon. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. He is going to find Hill here. And this will move the sticks yet again as the tackle's going to be made at the NFC's 18. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
This will be their first trip to the red zone. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18.
Watch the twist.
To throw, it's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's Mahomes to throw. Looking sideline, incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now Mahomes sets up the screen to Gordon. Yeah, he will score. Touchdown AFC. An 11-yard touchdown. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Great play, but admittedly, the tackling in the Pro Bowl, Charles, not always the best.
I would say that they're not quite as committed to getting a guy on the ground in the Pro Bowl as maybe during the regular season and, of course, in the playoffs. But still, heck of an individual effort there on that run.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with an AFC touchdown. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The offense for the NFC back out there. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Shotgun now for Breeze. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, folks, we gave you a glance at the AFC playoff picture. Let's talk NFC playoff picture. Bit of a shakeup because the Niners and the Saints game and then the Seahawks and the Rams. So San Fran back up to the top spot. Then you have the Packers who beat Washington moving up to number 2. The Saints with the loss, try to follow all this. They drop down this spot. But it's a critical one as they lose that first-round bye, and then we're still awaiting resolution on the Cowboys and the Eagles in the NFC East, CD.
Yeah, this is going to be a crazy deal because essentially San Francisco and Seattle had kind of been trading back and forth. And after Sunday night's games, San Francisco holds that spot. But remember, those two play Week 17. It could all be decided then. The Saints have already locked down the NFC South. They're trying to get one of those top 2 seeds, as you mentioned. But the race for these wild cards, Minnesota sitting right there holding the number 6 spot. They're a game ahead of the Rams, who are really hot right now. And the Bears, after whacking the Cowboys last week, they're hanging in there as well.
But as you're alluding to, I mean, Seattle drops from the number 1 seed all the way down to the number 5 seed in one day. Of course, a lot can change in the final 3 weeks.
And just think, a lot of people wondering, how does the NFC East get a home game by winning that division? This is going to be one of those years people will talk about reseeding based on absolute overall record.
Yeah, because it's not out of the question that either the 49ers or the Seahawks could be 13-3 and be a wild card team. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. He completes it to Jones. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
While sometimes it doesn't appear like much, the out route can be very dangerous when you throw it to a guy like Julio Jones. If you try and undercut it, it can turn into a big play. But the reason he's able to get it so often is because of his ability to push people deep, and they have to respect that.
Breeze now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he will score. Touchdown NFC. From 13 yards out. And the NFC able to widen their advantage. Well, we saw that tandem hook up quite a few times during the regular season, didn't we?
We certainly did, and it continues now in the Pro Bowl. You have to know that even if they didn't consciously plan it, you do try and find guys you're familiar with in a game like this.
Roses now to add the PAT. It's good to make it 17-7. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's finished off by an NFC touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Roses on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Patrick Mahomes in the AFC ready to go on offense. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field, try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now. Got to have a little extra determination.
Yeah, a little extra determination. He has thrown the touchdown pass. No interceptions for him personally to this point. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. The Panthers, Luke Kuechly there on the tackle.
Second and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. So we've reached halftime of the 2019 Pro Bowl with the NFC on top. As we'll send you across town to our studios here in Orlando and check in with the coach at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
The NFC looking to rewrite a little history as they lead this 2019 Pro Bowl at the break. Now remember, they've lost both of the previous Pro Bowls played here in Orlando. But maybe, just maybe, this is the one to break the streak. A lot still to play for in the second half as we go back to Camping World Stadium and Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The AFC offense now set to start this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Mahomes now to throw, and that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Well, as we hit the home stretch of the regular season, just 3 weeks left. Let's look at the slate for Week 15, some of the more intriguing games. Houston and Tennessee, that's a big one in the AFC South. Rams going to Dallas. Buffalo and Pittsburgh, that's a Sunday night game. And then Charles Davis, he'll be taking his park into the frozen tundra. You've got Chicago and Green Bay this week.
Certainly do it. I'll take a heck of a lot more than just my parka. I will look like Bib the Michelin Man when it's all said and done. I will be bundled to the gills. A high of 27 expected at kickoff. But let's face it, how much fun will that be? Another historic Bears-Packers game, and a game where the Bears have to have it, and the Packers trying to hold on to the number 2 seed. Houston at Tennessee, so intriguing. Houston just got jumped on by Denver. But these teams will meet twice in the last 3 weeks. A division title may be at stake. The Rams have to win. Dallas can actually afford a loss and still win their division, which sounds crazy. And Buffalo needs a big victory in order to make that New England game possibly mean a division crown. That's going to be fun when they go to Pittsburgh.
They only needed a couple, but the blocking was good. And, of course, you can't tamp him down when he gets past that line of scrimmage.
No, and guess what? Not only were they physical at the point of attack, they executed so well. That's what you have to do in short yardage situations. Everyone has to be in the right spot taking on a defender to give him the chance that they did, and he took full advantage of it.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. On the draw, counter. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Check, check, block 54, block 54. So we got man.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
On 1st and 10 is counter. Not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They go play fake. Mahomes. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now here's Mahomes. This is caught. And he will score. Touchdown AFC. 23 yards for the touchdown. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
Trying to make a comeback often appears daunting, but the only way to get there, start small, score, and worry about getting the next one after that.
Now Myers for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it ends with an AFC touchdown. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now the NFC heading out for their first drive of the second half. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Breeze in the NFC come up now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. From the gun, it's Breeze. Caught by Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, then he curls back inside for the completion.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Breeze. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Charles, this the 2019 Pro Bowl. The AFC's won both games that have been played here in Orlando since they moved it here. Both have been competitive, 20-13 2 seasons ago, and then last year in 2018 it was 24-23 the final.
Yeah, and 2 years ago, Travis Kelce, Lorenzo Alexander were the game MVPs, offense and defense respectively. And then last year, Delaney Walker of the Titans, their tight end, he won it on offense, and Von Miller of the Broncos won it on defense. And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Ready, yellow lady.
From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze. It's caught. Jones. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And that's going to move the sticks again here as the tackle's made at the AFC's 34-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now it's Gurley. Credit the tackle to the Texans middle linebacker Benardrick McKinney. We mentioned the history of this game, the Pro Bowl. Of course, for many folks our age, the Pro Bowl always meant a trip to Hawaii. You know, they held it there from 80 till 09, and again for a handful of years in this decade before the last 3 being here in Orlando.
And there's something to be said, no doubt about it, from getting to go to Hawaii. Imagine being named a Pro Bowler and going home and telling your family, we're headed to Hawaii for a vacation. But think about going to Orlando, especially if you've got kids. All the theme parks, all the great things to do, plus not nearly as long a flight no matter where you come from in the United States. I think it's a big deal and a good thing to have it here in Orlando.
Ready, 95-56, 95-56. Oh, yeah.
Breeze going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Back out is the AFC offense. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kissed it on the ground.
It's Connor as they stay on the ground. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Aaron Donald, Defensive Player of the Year for the Rams, there on the stop. Well, we've talked about this game being hosted here in Orlando, and you and I are quite familiar with this place, especially you. You live, what, 20, 25 minutes from here?
Yeah, not bad at all, right? An easy trip to come right to the studios here in Orlando. You, of course, have to give a little bit more effort, a quick flight, then you're here, but you've learned this city quite well. And how about it, the Madden Studios, right here in Orlando? That's where Coach and the guys hang out as well.
This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. It's Hill, complete. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. That one good for 24 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Mahomes now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
With the score, NFC 20, AFC 14.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And this will move the sticks yet again as the tackle's going to be made at the NFC's 31-yard line. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
On 1st down, Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
So 2nd and inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. On the delayed handoff, this is Gordon. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 1st down, it's Connor. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise, this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. They'll look to run with Connor. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
To me, that's a terrific run on first and goal of the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
From the 2 now, second and goal.
Big stop, let's go.
Mahomes going to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on third and goal. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. Melvin Gordon. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. As his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the 4th.
That is today's NFL, isn't it? If you're going to be a running back in this league, you've got to be complete to stay on the field, at least for those 3 downs we talk about. Got to be able to catch it, which he's doing quite well in this one. 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, a little unconventional. He hasn't been able to cross the goal line as a runner, but as you say, twice as a receiver. A very important extra point there, up and good, and they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it ends with an AFC touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. Now a hit and a loose football. And that's picked up by the AFC. And he is going to bring this one back. A fumble return for an AFC touchdown. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The NFC offense heading back onto the field. And one thing you'd like to see in a Pro Bowl, a competitive contest. We've got that just like the last 2 seasons. A one-score game as we play here in the 4th.
What I'd love to know, what's the discussion on the sidelines of both teams right now? Because, you know, it's an exhibition-type game. But as you said, as competitive as it is now, these guys are going to want to win. There may be some guys who sub some guys out trying to get back on the field and trying to help their team win down the stretch.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Breeze. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley, but it's going to be 2nd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Breeze will try again on 2nd down. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
Breeze now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Again, it's Breeze. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Ready, 5-9. Watching it go. Ricky.
Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The Pro Bowl tight end, Zach Ertz, the intended target. And it's 2nd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Breeze, wide open receiver, complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
First and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Breeze. And this is Ertz with it, right side. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's the NFC with the football as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd and goal now in a 1-score game. Back to throw, and that's going to be caught. Touchdown NFC. Michael Thomas, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter.
So they got the touchdown they needed to cut this to 2, but now they've got to get back to the huddle. No celebration time. Got to figure out what they're going to do on the 2-point conversion.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Back to throw, Breeze. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the 4th. Huge conversion there to tie this thing up, but they're not done yet. Their defense needs to get a stop.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time for the other team to come downfield and put some points on the board, but job 1 was taken care of. The 2-point conversion to get this thing tied.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This one fielded at the 5. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The AFC offense making their way back out. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the 4th quarter.
And how many of these guys thought going into this game, after a pretty easy week heading into it, that the pressure would ratchet up now and someone has to make a play, which means someone will have a play made against them and they'll have to live with that for the rest of the year.
To throw is Mahomes. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Khalil Mack able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. Mahomes to throw. And it's complete to Kelsey. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Huge first down, got to hurry.
Yeah, now they have to get up there, get set, and then spike it.
First down now, but that clock rolling.
Check, 59. Watch his left.
Now Mahomes. Looking downfield for Kelsey. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown! Travis Kelsey with time running out. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute. Wouldn't be the Pro Bowl without the QBs taking some shots, and that shot paid off.
He understood, I don't know if it's instinctively or if he did his homework, that you do take your shots, as you said, in this game because the payoff is terrific. We will remember how many touchdown passes you throw. I don't think we ever recall how many interceptions you throw in a game like this.
Now Myers for the extra point. It's up and good, and they jump back ahead, 35-28. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with an AFC touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Drew Brees in the offense. Down by 7. A little over 20 seconds to go. They've surrendered a double-digit lead, but can rescue themselves late as they come up on first down.
Ready? You ready? Sit. What's the run? They're running it.
Brees to throw. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Guys, I'm officially back as I'm going to commentate the last 16 seconds of the game here. Might not even be the last 16, of course. Drew Brees, he could make a miracle happen, and the NFC could send it to overtime. Even could win it with a 2-point conversion.
26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Here we go, Drew Brees, he's still got the X factor. He's going to have to get rid of it. Oh, it's dropped. Incomplete. They're going to have to send somebody around. 8 seconds left. Most likely the last play of the game. 35-28. Will that be the final score? As the AFC will start their celebration a bit before the game ends.
Big play
NFC can make it a
Here's
quick
3rd
play.
and
Call
10.
timeout.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Here we go.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw.
Brees spends a lot of time. This is the last play of the game, and the AFC has won this computer auto-generated game. Dang it, I wanted the NFC to win. So the AFC is victorious in an amazing game. Of course, Mahomes throws one up. It's tipped a couple times. And Kelsey's going to catch that. So Mahomes gets player of the game. Amazing game. I'm going to be doing more of these in the future. Not just the Pro Bowl, though. So, they got the 2 head coaches' helmets off there. But, yeah. That's going to be the end of the game, ladies and gentlemen.
Crew,
Final score, 35-28.
The NFL.
The
on
NFC just couldn't do it.
So
Only
long,
26 rushing yards for them, 94 for AFC. This game was insane. A great rushing defense from the AFC. But, yeah, it was tough for Breeze in the end. I'm not usually going to be commentating on these. I'm probably going to have more time to do, if I get these started earlier, to do more of these, like, computer games, maybe even 15-minute quarters, because I come home for lunch at my dad's work before we go back to my dad's work. So hey, I might be able to come home, start a 15-minute game. I would not be here, and then come back around when it ends, because we're only at his work for like an hour, and those take around 2 hours. So yeah, amazing game. AFC just gets the win. This would be great to go back and watch for a reaction video, not the whole thing. But anyways, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I will see you guys later. Bye, guys.